Research shows the COVID-19 pandemic is responsible for the largest drop in life expectancy since World War II. The study shows out of 29 countries, the largest decline is reported in the U.S. ABC 7 News reporter Stephanie Sierra is digging into the data compiled in this report, and she's in the newsroom with a closer look for us. Stephanie.
Yes, several top scientists from across the world, and some even based here in the Bay Area, tell us this is one of the most comprehensive COVID studies published to date. The analysis not only underscores how deadly this pandemic has been, but when it comes to life expectancy, shows the U.S. is ranked among the worst compared to most of Europe.
This sea of white flags, a somber reminder of what we've lost. More than 700,000 American lives. That's the equivalent of more than 10 fully packed Levi's stadiums.
These numbers are really staggering and in some ways numbing.
Joshua Salomon is a Stanford researcher working in the Center for Health Policy. He explains for the first time scientists are getting a clearer perspective of the impact to our life expectancy.
The toll of 700,000 deaths, erasing 2 years of life expectancy, or 1.5 years for women.
A new study published in the International Journal of Epidemiology analyzed life expectancy at birth for men and women from 2019 to 2020. Out of 29 countries, which included most of Europe, the U.S., and Chile, the U.S. reported the largest loss. Adult men lost 2.2 years. Adult women lost 1.5 years.
The point is that in the last 120 years, we've only seen this kind of drop in life twice. And once was from the 1918-1919 influenza, and the second time was from World War II.
It's important to note this study is not a prediction of how long people will live or how many years are cut short, but a snapshot in time measuring the loss of life throughout the pandemic.
2.2 years of life expectancy lost in U.S. males in 2020 is just unheard of.
Why do you think the drop is greater in men?
Men are more fragile than women in terms of life expectancy. Men don't live as long as women. Plus, men are more likely to have gotten this, and men are more likely to have gotten the more severe forms.
Especially among minority populations in the U.S., the drop in life expectancy even more alarming.
If the population as a whole has lost 1.5 or 2 years, other studies have shown that the size of that drop is maybe 2 or 3 times higher than that for Black and Hispanic populations.
Salomon says vaccine hesitancy among these groups is partially to blame.
Now, as we see death rates go down, these estimates will climb back up. But as scientists pointed out, life expectancy in our country hasn't increased much over the past decade. So, the hope is it will improve the more people we can get vaccinated.
Yeah, absolutely. Stephanie, though, why do scientists think the U.S. reported the largest drop?
Well, Salomon says, in his opinion, the U.S. response to the pandemic has been weaker compared to most other European countries, citing everything from a lack of a coordinated federal response to mixed messaging on vaccines. But the main reason he pointed to was most European countries have managed to increase their vaccinations over time, while the U.S. has actually plateaued, especially in just the past few months since June.
Yeah, makes sense. All right, Stephanie, thank you so much.